Alright, hello orienteering fans. It's been a while since I made a video, but I've got a recording of a race I did, the Flying Pig 2025 Friday event, which was in Indiana this year. They had bad luck on Sunday and had to cancel because of rain, flooding, bridges were closed, the road was closed, so on and so forth. But I do have a video of the Friday event. It's been a while since I made a orienteering video because last June of 2024, I broke my left femur. And yeah, it's been 9 months and it's been a long, difficult recovery. Let me show you the x-rays. Yeah, I was riding a gravel road not far from my house, and going downhill, lost control, end over end, got all tangled up with the bike and broke my left femur. Not good for a 70-year-old man. The top left x-ray there is the actual break. They took me to Grady Hospital, which is a big trauma center in Atlanta. And after a couple of days, they did surgery and put in that rod that you see on the right with a whole bunch of screws. Yeah, so recovery's been slow. I'm at the 9-month mark now, which most people say at the 9-month mark you stop actually thinking that your leg is broken, which is good. You know, I'm sort of running and moving as best I can, but it's been a slow process coming back. Anyway, this Flying Pig event was the first national event I've been to since I broke my leg. I didn't have a really good result. All the rain didn't help a whole lot. But anyway, let's see what we did. Alright, here's your first leg. As usual, I give you about 10 seconds to look at it. But if you want more time, just pause it. Yeah, wow, the rain. I couldn't see a thing. And I was using my magnifying glass on the compass to help me to see, even though the map is 1 to 7,500. Ah, man, it's tough getting old. But we're doing the best we can. And of course, everything's sped up here, so I look like I'm moving pretty good. And you know that really blurry video there, that's about the way I see anyway. So yeah, and going underneath logs and climbing in and out of ditches and things, that's not so good. Anyway, I didn't do so well. I had some trouble getting into the map here. I mean, none of this vegetation stuff is making any sense to me. I was seeing all these, of course, the black dots. I thought we weren't supposed to use black dots on this map, but anyway. Eventually, I see a trail. Oh, wow. Huh. I better turn and go back the other way. Yeah, I ran right past it. Well, not right past it, but too far to the left. And these yellow things in here, yeah, not. Just green. Here's your number 2. And I could not, that connection line needs to be broken. I could not see that trail underneath the connection line. Of course, I couldn't see very much of the map anyway. I had to keep wiping off my magnifying glass because of the water, the rain. So yeah, the green just pushed me further and further down. And eventually I saw, hey, there's the trail. I guess I'll get on the trail. And then I realized, you know, this trail doesn't go where I want to go. But it did seem like it was opening up there. So I got back off the trail. As usual, the track doesn't quite match the map. But it is what it is. It did open up here in this area. There's still a lot of greenbrier, but more like, you know, what I was used to. Yeah, going up these steep hills. I'm still thinking about that broken leg, of course. The hills really slow me down. I really didn't have, except for a couple of times, that much trouble finding things. And yeah, here's the middle section of the course. We're closing in on number 3 now. All day I was consistently off to the left on everything. I don't know if I couldn't see the compass right or I was holding it wrong or whatever. But yeah, I seem to be off on the left every time. There's your number 3. We're moving along okay. Nothing to brag about, but we're making some time. We're on number 4 now. And none of these things are really that difficult. The area around the controls was sometimes more difficult, like this one has several little reentrants, which I cannot see on the map. A big thing to cross. Yeah, I mean, these are not difficult legs. I should have been much faster. If I could have just moved and read the map in the rain, yeah, things would have been much better. And I had to keep stopping to read the map too, like right here. I'm stopped. What the heck? I can't see. How many reentrants are there? Which one do I want? Getting in and out of the reentrance is not easy. But I am wearing the cleats, so that helps with the slipping. Now we're on number 5. And the buildings, yeah, I didn't figure out the buildings very well. According to the meat notes, a building with walls is mapped as a building. All the other buildings are not mapped at all. So even the sheds, which should be a gray canopy, are not mapped. And the tent platforms are not mapped. I'm up the hill thinking, well, it should be a building. Saw some tent platforms. I saw this little thing, which didn't have much of a building to it. I thought, that can't be it. So at that point, I was, very unsure about where I was. Okay, this must be the open field. All right. I'm still off too much to the left. I could say that I was trying to avoid the steepness, but that wasn't it. I was just off to the left. I got down on the bottom and figured, well, I've got to turn to the right. Fighting my way through the green to get to the control. Alright, here's your number 6. Here's where I made my big mistake of the day. And I just didn't read the map correctly. Didn't help that I started going in the wrong direction. Yeah, I was, for some reason, thinking that that cliff was on the east side of the reentrant, not the west side. So I'm going down the east side, looking at everything as I go by. It all sort of fit. And then my, distance sense goes off. I think, well, I've gone far enough. Where the heck is it? And I thought, well, I'm above it and I can't see it because it's a cliff. So I go down a little further, look around there a little while. Then I think, well, no, I've gone too far now. We've got to stop and go back. I turn around and look back, and I see the control over, or I see a control over on the other side of the reentry. I'm thinking, why is there a control over there? And it's on a cliff. Oh, wait, that's mine. So now I had to get across. You can see where the heavy rain has washed everything down. Oh, fall and scramble and go on all fours to get up there to the control. Yeah, that was my big mistake of the day. Everything else was just being off to the side. Here's your number 7. Even leaving number 6, I start off going, trying to get up the hill, going the wrong direction. Wait a minute. Oh, back the other way. And so we're crossing back over our course. A typical middle course setting will have lots of crossings like this, loops and circling back. They keep you on your toes, keep you going in the right direction or the wrong direction. Once again, I'm drifting slightly to the left, but I managed to zero in on it. All right, now we're on number 8. Also not difficult. I mean, the road and trail sort of lead you right up there. After that junction, you can just drop down in there if you can manage to go in the right direction. Once again, I'm drifting to the left. At least I'm consistent. Wow, I'm way to the left. Where the heck am I going? Correct a little bit. Yeah, none of those tent platforms are on the map, which is fine. If you know they're not there, they're not there. There is supposed to be a building here. Is it that one? Well, that doesn't look like a building. It looks like a canopy. But there's the control. All right, now we're at number 9. I think the rain's getting worse. It's possible. Yeah. I mean, when your vision is bad to begin with, and then rain and stuff is covering your magnifying glass so that you can't see the map. Yeah. Now, it looks like I'm running through the clearing, although the track doesn't show I'm going through the clearing. Cross and climb, yeah, the climbs. Not my favorite thing. And now again, I'm drifting to the left. I don't have a good excuse for that. Scrambling up the hill, or crawling on all fours up the hill. At least when I do hit something like this trail, it's easy to figure out that I'm off again, yet again. Hill on the left, saddle, drop right down. I mean, these controls are very easy. It's just I wasn't doing my best. Alright, here's your finish sequence. We're going to go up to number 10 next. Number 10 was, of course, I'm not going to go over to the trail. At the speed that I'm going, it makes no sense to waste the few steps to go over there if you can manage to go in a straight line. So I'm not going to be appreciably faster by going up and over to the trail than by just going straight. Once again, this is a very easy control. Top of the hill, orange level, or even yellow. All right, we're at number 11. And the green stuff, yeah, I mean, if I had more time to just spend out here, I might be able to figure the green out, but it all looked green. When you were in the green, there was no distinction between light green, middle green. This one might have been tricky if the control wasn't so visible. I could see it from 100 meters away up in that reentrant. Small reentrant to the left. It was just getting there. That was tough. Yeah. All this should be matte green. There you go. Now short leg to number 12. Those short legs are always a trap. I mean, you've got to move quickly. You don't have time to waste or you'll screw up your average time. Managed to go pretty straight on this one. Dropped right into it. So now we're at 13, which is, the go control. And all these roads funnel you right in there. So does it matter? I could try to go up to the road there to my north, but I wouldn't be moving any faster up there than I am going through the woods. I'm sort of angling off in that direction. Finally saw something that looked like a building. No, not a building. Well, maybe that's a building. Who knows? Cutting across. Easy running through here. If I can just find the power pole that I'm looking for. Is this the big road or is that the big road? Or do I turn on this one or... Although the track shows that I'm not on the road, I am obviously running on the road. Here's the go control. So now we just have that final leg into the finish. And I guess I wasn't clearly thinking here, or maybe I wanted to go look at that pond. So I head straight for the pond. The track is not matching up very well. As soon as I saw the pond, I thought, pond? And turned back. Across the grass and into the finish. Finally, gosh. So it wasn't good. I finished 4th in M70. So out of the medals. And my average pace was awful. 17 minutes, over 17 minutes per kilometer. Yeah, and I should have been doing 12. But that was because it was steep, green, and it was raining hard. But yeah, I had a great time. Anytime that I can go and run in a race and not have to volunteer or course set or that or put out controls or pick them up. Anytime I can do that, that's great. It was a pity that the Saturday race got canceled, but yeah, that's the breaks. Anyway, see you next time.